You're this perp back with another video, and I just got done watching episode 11 of Attack on Titan season 4, or you could call it the final season. We don't have that many episodes left. Rumor has it that they're not going to adapt everything in the manga that's going on. I doubt it. I think Mappa is going to wait till last minute to kind of announce that they're going to do a part 2 or a bunch of movies. I'll take either or. Man, but let's get right into this episode. Before I get to this episode, though, if you missed my last live stream that I did last week, my AOT Live number 3, we talked about episode 5 through 10. It was a dope discussion between me and the Black Guru, so definitely go check that out in the comments below. But this episode starts off with Gabby and Falco. Gabby's like freaking out in her cell. This gets one of the guards' attention, where they're able to crack this guy over the head with a brick. Of course, it's a person from Garrison. So now Gabby and Falco make a run for it. Gabby is really stuck in her ways. You know, that Marley propaganda, mind control, brainwash, whatever you want to call it, has really took an effect on her as a person and her personality. Like, she can't let that shit go, but I feel like this is going to be kind of the episode where that kind of breaks. We're just got to wait and see. On the other side of things, we get a little bit more about Hanji and her role as commander, you know, and this is why I say rewatching this series, you catch up on things that you kind of glanced over, like in season 3, how Erwin pretty much passed down the name of commander to her if anything were to happen to him. And you see how much pressure that Hanji has to go through. This is a tough job, dealing with the citizens within the walls, dealing with just people within the scouts, because Flock, whatever you want to call him, you know, him and a group of people kind of was leaking information about Eren. So they got to get locked up. Interesting thing about this, one of the girls that gets locked up just so happens to be a girl that Mikasa saved back in season 1. This is what I'm talking about, the tie-ins with this series. They're really doing a great job with tying a lot of the stuff from past seasons. That continues in this episode as we go back to Gabby and Falco real quick. They're running out in the woods. They're at this lake, kind of just going back and forth. Falco really wants Gabby to kind of get rid of this armband, the Marley armband, because she doesn't really need it here. You know, if anything, that makes it worse for them. You know, it makes them a target. But Gabby doesn't want to let go of that. You know, she wants to be a good Eldian that brainwashed, mind control, whatever you want to call it, is really taking a toll on her psyche. She just can't, you know, see it any other way. You know, she doesn't want to believe that the people on this island are devils, to the point where they get to Sasha's house with Sasha's family, which is so fucking ironic, man. Like how all this is tying in. And you know, Gabby is a terrible undercover, bro. You cannot take her anywhere, because there was a couple times where she kind of almost pretty much blew her cover. And she didn't even want to eat at the same table as them. She doesn't even want to eat their food. It's crazy how brainwashed she is. And you kind of feel bad for her because she's a kid, man. And she doesn't understand. She doesn't really get it. It wasn't until Kaya, the girl that Sasha saved back in season 2, which is so crazy that we're even getting this scene between these two characters. And they're having this back and forth about just like moralities, what's right, what's wrong, you know, and neither side is good. You know, it's pretty much fucked on both sides. And it's so crazy because that whole back and forth that Kaya and Gabby had, it's similar to Reiner and Eren, they're the same. It's the same shit. Like, they're both Eldians. They both had to go through this stuff, and at a young age, they both lost people that they really cared about. And what really killed me is, like, when Kaya was talking about Sasha, but I don't think that Gabby knew that, but I think she could feel that, and I think Gabby might change after this. I don't know, maybe after this episode. It's interesting. There's no action in this besides, like, just Gabby beating this dude's head in with a brick, which is savage. She's on just, and that's the one thing, she's so bloodthirsty. She was about to take Kaya out with a fucking, what is that, a pitchfork? And she covered for her when she didn't have to do that. It's crazy to see, like, there's still good people in this world trying to do right. That was the big takeaway from this episode for me, was the whole Gabby and Falco situation that they're going through, them kind of trying to escape this or trying to run away. How long can they run away for before, it's getting too late? Because Gabby's whole thing is she wants to ask Zeke why she betrayed Marley. She wants to get answers before she dies. She's just caught up on that. And it's definitely interesting to see that there's some of the scouts that are on Eren's side, felt like he did nothing wrong. He deserves to be free. It's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I feel like this whole season's going to leave off with a cliffhanger. It's going to piss me the fuck off. But yeah, it's interesting that I knew that it was coming, that there's definitely going to be a divide within the scouts themselves. But I thought this was a really dope episode. Not, like I said, not too much action, but definitely the whole Gabby and Falco and Kia, that was dope. But let me know how you guys felt about this in the comments below. Also, one more thing about last week's episode. What do you guys think was in those wine bottles? Because they put a lot of emphasis on those wine bottles. So, is Zeke up to something? We're going to have to wait and see next episode or the next episode after that. I think they're building up to a crazy episode, last few episodes. But yeah, I will see y'all next week, next Sunday. Let me know how you guys feel in the comments below. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.